Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. In today's video, we are talking about Ships of the UEE Navy Part 4. So that's right, we've already had 3 other parts to this series. And today we're going to start it off with the Esperia Vanduul Glaive. You're going to ask me, what in the world are you talking about? This is an alien fighter. How in the world is it going to be a ship of the UEE Navy? Well, I'm glad you are questioning that because it's a very good question. So, some Vanduul ships were remade like the originals and flown by a special squadron in the UEE, mostly to help develop pilots' skills. So they would take these Glaives and some other Vanduul ships and fly them against UEE Navy pilots to increase their skill level versus the Vanduul. Pretty neat. Pretty good idea. It's kind of like right out of Top Gun, where you would take, enemy ships and fly them against them. This ship is pretty awesome, and it's not going to look anything like this when they re-release it, because they have completely remodeled the ship. To me, it really looks good the new way. I love the way it looks now that you see in front of you, but it looks a lot more, I guess the best way to say it just looks like it goes together better than what you see in front of you. It looks more like a solid piece of metal. So this thing has 2 size 1 laser repeaters in the front, or laser cannons in the front, and it's got 2 plasma cannons on the wings. Those plasma cannons are size 5s, and they will do a nasty amount of damage if they can hit. Of course, this thing has been nerfed a little bit over the few years, so it's not as fun to fly, but this used to be one of my favorite fighters to fly in the game. Back when flying was a thing, I would use this ship and just devastate people with the cannons, with the plasma cannons. It was very effective. It also has 2 blades on the wings that you can extend to slice or penetrate your enemy. Now, those haven't been functional for a while, but if they do function again, that makes this thing even deadlier, because Vanduul are not scared to ram you with those blades on those wings. So you got to keep an eye out for that, especially when Squadron 42 comes out, that could be a tactic that they decide to employ against you. But this is an awesome ship. I really love it. I wish that it wasn't nerfed to heck right now, but I expect them to put the newer version in the game hopefully before the end of the year, and we'll get to see it in action with its, I guess, upgraded specs and the way it's supposed to be. Now, moving on, next we have the Anvil Valkyrie. Now, I own the Liberator version of this ship, which comes in an orange paint job. It was special to CitizenCon a couple years back when this ship came out, and when it came out out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting this ship. It was straight to flight ready, and this is one of the coolest ships in the game. To me, it is fantastic. I wish it had longer range, and I wish that it had beds in it that you could, log out and all of that. Because this thing is a gunship / dropship. It's super cool. You see the VTOL engines there. They will rotate, and you can fly forward, fly up, etc. The Valkyrie is about 38 meters long, 28 meters wide, 9.5 meters tall. It doesn't sound very big at all, but this thing is able to bring in a Ursa rover in the back. It will also carry 20 battle-hardened Marines. It's got jump seats, drop seats, whatever you want to call them, for those Marines to sit in. and you can transport them to a battle zone and drop in. It also has 2 cannons in the front, Gatlins, and then it's got 2 remote size 3 turrets, 2 size 3 man turrets, and 2 door gunners. So on either side, the doors on either side will open up and you can use the door guns. So this thing is bristling with guns. It's very good in a dropship role. That's what it's intended to do. And it'll continue to give close air support as you fly cover for your Marines that you drop off. We try to utilize this in the Texas Space Navy pretty heavily in any scenario where we need to get boots on the ground. It's just a great ship for that. And you will see that here in an upcoming video eventually. So keep an eye out for that. Great ship. I can't sing enough praises about it. It's just really, really cool. And now we're going to start talking about some of the bigger ships in the UEE Navy. This ship was originally supposed to be a frigate, then a corvette, and now it is listed as a heavy gunship. At 115 meters long, 75 wide, and 18 tall, this is a nasty, nasty, nasty gunship. Let's talk about what makes it a gunship. Well, it couldn't be that it has 6 turrets with 4 size 4 guns on each of them. Those are Rhino repeaters that it has on each of those guns. It will put out some crazy firepower. You can get most of the turrets on target at one time. We have used this in the org a lot for different missions, and it's so much fun. Everybody seems to like manning turrets in this thing. The pilot does not have control over any guns, but it does have control over missiles. And you have quite a few missiles in this thing. Yeah, I mean, the missiles can do a terrific job for the pilot, but really where this thing will excel for a pilot, especially if you are flying against smaller ships, is kind of where it gets its namesake. It's called a hammerhead. This thing is built to be able to ram. It will ram smaller ships into oblivion. As you can see the pilot seat down here, and we'll run the length of it. This is a very long ship. It's a very big ship, and it's got this space in between. I love this ship. It's super cool, and it's perfect for anti-fighter support for your fleet. One of the things that makes this a great ship is that it's got 2 large shields, 2 large power plants, and 2 large coolers. So it's got plenty of juice to power those guns. It's got plenty of coolers to cool those guns off while they're firing. And it's got plenty of shield power. So it can take a lot of damage before you go down. They have put one of these hammerheads in Arena Commander Pirate Swarm as the final, I guess you could say, boss ship. What's kind of interesting about being in Pirate Swarm is you go through 9 of the waves, then in the 10th wave you kill a bunch of little Merlins and stuff, and then you go against this hammerhead. And real soon after it comes into the theater of battle, you get a bunch of friendly Merlins that come in. And if you don't start laying into this hammerhead right away yourself, those Merlins will take it down in short order. So as tough as it is, it's not invincible. Even a bunch of little Merlins can take out one of these hammerheads. So keep that in mind. Now, this isn't the final armor. It's not the final shields. So we don't really know how tough it's going to be just yet. So keep an eye out for that, and hopefully we will find out shortly in a couple of patches what it's going to really be like, how tough it's really going to be, and how much damage it's really going to dish out. And finally, let's move on to one other ship that the UEE Navy uses regularly. This is the Carrack, and this is the expedition version, the one with the white livery or the paint job. This is a lot of people's favorite ship. It is going to be the epitome of exploration. It is the pinnacle of exploration in Star Citizen. The #1 profession that people wanted to experience in a lot of different polls over the last few years is exploration. So of course, the Big Daddy, the final, I guess you could say, in-game exploration ship is the Carrack, and everybody would love it. I wasn't a huge Carrack person until it came out. This is one of the coolest ships in the game. I say that a lot. I know there's a lot of cool ships, but it's so cool because of the inside, not the way it looks or flies or guns or whatever. The inside is so well laid out, so well thought out, and so well planned out. I mean, this is the standard for which they should base all of their future builds. You'll go check out my Carrack video, my Carrack rundown, and you can see the insides of this ship. It's just spectacularly done. It's got windows in there for the crew to look out so you don't get stir crazy. It's just a great ship as far as design is concerned. It's got the front bay that you can fit a couple of Ursa rovers in, and it also has a ramp that will pop up that you can keep the rover from blocking the doorway. The Carrack is 125.5 meters long, 76.5 meters wide, and 30 meters tall. It's just barely more mass than the Hammerhead, and it's not quite a capital class ship. It too has 2 large shield generators, 2 large coolers, but only 1 large power plant because it doesn't have near the guns that the Hammerhead does. But it has quite a bit bigger fuel tanks, more fuel intake, or bigger fuel intakes, and a bigger regular fuel tank. So it's got a lot of good stuff in it. It's a 4-person minimum crew, 6-person maximum crew, whereas the Hammerhead is 3 minimum and 9 max, though I'm going to tell you right now, on the Hammerhead you want to have a lot more crew than that. The Carrack you can definitely get by on a minimal crew, but I will tell you that it will be better to have a higher crew, a higher number of crew, like the 6 total, because you're going to want 1 person in each turret. That's 4 turrets that you need to have people for. You're going to have a pilot. Probably wouldn't hurt to have somebody to work the power systems or to do on-the-fly repairs, like an engineer, like Mr. Scotty, so to speak. So I would definitely recommend having a larger crew to fill out this Carrack, as well as the Hammerhead. You're going to need a larger crew for it. It would be perfect with each turret being crewed on that thing. So once again, I really like this ship. The internal layout's really good. The thing flies pretty well too, considering it's definitely more nimble than the Hammerhead. That's not saying a lot because the Hammerhead's not super nimble. But fantastic ship. I hope you guys liked these 4 ships that we went over. I probably sound tired because it's almost 2 a.m. in the morning. We just got through with our Saturday night game, and I'm trying to get this video together for you guys. So again, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do another one of these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the Ships of the UEE Navy series. I've got 1 or 2 more that I can do in this series before I wrap it up and have to move on to another set of videos. Also, we should have some highlights from our gameplay tonight, our mission. I can tell you that the mission didn't go quite as planned, but nothing ever does, right? So, once again, guys, I can't tell you how much I truly appreciate all you guys who tune in and watch these videos. It means the world to me. I can't believe it. I completely and totally appreciate each and every one of you. Check out the information here at the end of the video and down in the description. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.